Alright guys, we got a lot of crazy stuff going on in comic books right now. Miles is battling his own clone or discovering that the Ultimate Universe is still a thing. The Black King has showed up. Null is here to battle against the entire Marvel Universe. Ten of Swords had just wrapped up. Marvel Zombies Resurrection just wrapped up. DC's got death metal going on. And did you know that they also ended the world with a giant frost attack known as the Endless Winter? Or Endless Frost? It's cold. It's a cold event. But on top of all of that, I got one thing I want to talk about and I want to rant about to you today. The Galactus event in Fortnite and why it's probably one of the most incredible things that has ever been done for Marvel Comics. I'm not even lying. And why they horribly dropped the ball. Alright, so we're going to talk about the Galactus Fortnite event right now, and I'm going to give you my reactions as to why I think this is great for the industry and how they dropped the ball. But if you want to see my live reaction to the entire thing, that's over on our gaming channel. You see, we started a channel called Comicstorian Gaming, where I do various shenanigans with my friends in Destiny, Avengers, Final Fantasy XIV, For Honor, and of course, Fortnite. We did a few videos for the Fortnite Marvel event, and of course, to conclude it all, I had me and my team doing the Galactus event, and we turned it into a video for you guys to enjoy. So if you want to see the raw, uncut reactions, go check it out over at our Comicstorian Gaming channel, where you can also find our Dungeons & Dragons games and various discussions about the gaming industry. We're having a blast creating content over there. We'd love for you guys to come and be a part of it. We try to put out 2 to 3 videos a week, and there's even more Dungeons & Dragons stuff coming soon. But now that I have spent about a minute plugging the other channel, let's talk about the Galactus Fortnite event here. All footage shown is going to be muted. It's just going to be Dan taking some of those clips and videos from the other channel and showing you what we did. But like I said, if you want to see the uncut, hear what we were doing, go check it out over there. So first off, let me explain the entire Fortnite lore and history to you. Actually, I'm going to give you a super condensed version. The island of Fortnite has a source of power on it known as the 0 point. Now, it does various things, but it basically creates a never-ending island giving loops. Every time we go into the Battle Royale, it's a loop. Everyone dies, it loops over, restarts the whole thing. Since this is like this reality warping thing that changes the island and resets time, there's also a thing known as the bridge. The bridge is Fortnite's excuse as to how the multiverse links into everything. It's their excuse for why John Wick is there, why Batman is there, why the Marvel superheroes showed up, and everything that doesn't fit into the natural lore of Fortnite and how it fits into Fortnite. Well, guess what is known for having multiversal crazy adventures? Your favorite comic books, DC and Marvel. And what was going on during Marvel when the Fortnite did this whole event thing? Right, Galactus was traveling the universe looking for planets to swallow because of the multiverse and his alternate universe coming in. The Black Winter was coming in to get him from another universe. So they already tapped into the multiversal idea. The concept is when Thor in Galactus, in Thor 1 through 5 or 1 through 6, where he's Herald of Thunder, the concept is when they went to each of these planets, we didn't get to see much of that in the comic book itself. The general idea was that Thor would find the planet, evacuate everybody off of it. Well, they came across through the bridge to the Fortnite Island. Thor landed, but the nature of the 0 point is that it wipes out your memories. So Thor didn't know who he was, so he had to battle against everyone. The weeks progressed, and on Fortnite Island, Thor eventually remembered who he was. He summoned various Marvel characters, which included Tony Stark. Tony Stark started to remember who he was, started to build up Stark Industries, and then using his own teleporter powers, tapped into the bridge, aka the multiverse, and brought in your favorite Marvel superheroes. We had everyone from Blade to Wolverine, to Ghost Rider, Black Widow, and like tons of other characters. My only complaint is that as far as I was able to track, they didn't bring back Deadpool, and that made me very sad because it's one of the few Marvel skins I don't have. Anyway, the story is in canon for the comics, but it doesn't affect the comics, okay? This is important and why I'm telling you what's going on in the story. So if you're a Fortnite kid, okay, and I say kid, because I'm adult, I play Fortnite, I have a bunch of adult friends that play Fortnite, but there's also a lot of kids that play Fortnite. So if you're playing Fortnite and you're tracking this lore of Fortnite's 0 point and how it has a bridge, multiverse, brings everyone in, brings in your favorite Marvel superheroes, and you are told that the story of Galactus continues in the Thor comic book, that the Marvel superheroes came together to battle against Galactus because he's devouring worlds, and that in the Thor comic book, the heroes that you just got to play continue those adventures of Thor going out and doing things, your mind's gonna be blown. You're like, hey, My favorite MCU characters have these comic books, but I have never read these comic books because I have to go to a comic book store or I have to go download them or something along those lines. And I've also never had a reason to, because every time I've seen an MCU movie, I've always gotten a comic book and it never lined up. I'm playing with the minds of children here. This is weird. I shouldn't word it like that, but you know what I'm saying. This is how kids, I'm thinking kids that are like 10 to 15 are looking at it. MCU, I grab a comic, it doesn't match up, I'm not interested, right? Okay, but I also play Fortnite, and I love Fortnite, and all my favorite characters from the MCU are in Fortnite. And if I go buy the comic, which is also on the helicarrier in the mode, it will continue the storyline. This is an incredible tie-in event, okay? I know fans are like, oh my God, Fortnite is ruining comics. No, it didn't touch your comics. That was Marvel going, hey, it's in canon, so that the Fortnite kids who all know all about this multiversal 0-point bridge stuff go, oh, so it links into Marvel and I can go read Marvel. Galactus was summoned to Fortnite Island because the 0 point is so strong, he felt it through the multiverse. That's how he ended up here, okay? So if he's that strong that the 0 point is calling him, of course, the comics are going to be epic. And if you didn't know, check out our videos on this channel or go buy it. But Thor, Herald of Thunder, an incredible read. Donny Cates is killing it on the Thor run right now. Okay, it's probably one of the few individual comic books other than like Batman with James Tynion that I'm really excited to read the individual issues of, and I'm not worried about all the events that are going on. Anyway, I'm pseudo rambling. What I'm saying is the Fortnite event is tied into the real Marvel universe and it makes sense. They did it in a way that makes sense, which is awesome, okay? How many times has Marvel gone to all kinds of weird universes? Did you know that there's a Twinkie universe? There's literally a Twinkie universe, but you guys want to give them crap because they tied it into Fortnite. And in case you didn't know this, the Twinkie universe is in canon, thanks to Spider-Verse, okay? It's literally in canon. So if you're gonna argue with me that Fortnite being an off-panel adventure of your favorite Marvel superheroes is ruining Marvel Comics, then we need to go back to like the 80s or the 60s or I don't know when that happened and be like, yo, that Twinkie shit, what the hell? Anyway, that rambles, that happens. Welcome to a rant. What I'm saying is this is incredible, okay? I, as a man old enough that I don't want to tell you how old I am, was playing Fortnite this entire season, not even a joke. Me and my buds would get on once or twice a week and knock out challenges. We did videos for it on the other channel. This made me, a Marvel fan, play Fortnite, and I have not played Fortnite since launch. I had zero interest in Fortnite. I had no desire to play Fortnite. I always looked at it as a game for kids, okay? But this does work the other way. The amount of kids, some of our biggest videos in the more recent history, and I can explain why the videos are lower another time, maybe we'll have a discussion about that, but YouTube is screwing them over in the algorithm. But you know what seemingly ignored the algorithm? Our Fortnite Thor videos. So what this did was, it made people who don't play Fortnite but like superheroes get into Fortnite. And I repeatedly said, after the Marvel season's over, I'm probably not gonna play Fortnite. And they totally made me lie because then they said, next season is The Mandalorian. And I'm like, God damn it, we're doing another season of Fortnite. Anyway. But what it also made is kids and adults and people who just play video games and don't read comic books. I've said the word kids a lot, but there's a lot of adults who then go, Fortnite's great, I love Fortnite, I'm playing Fortnite all the time. What is all this Marvel stuff? You mean that Thor's gonna be over here? And the way they did the Galactus event was incredible, and this is where it ended in an amazing note, and it ended in a, oh my God, how did you drop this ball, okay? First off, I was insanely excited that we all arrived at the time it told us. Galactus stood up, smashed the helicarrier, threw us all back, and Tony Stark showed up. Iron Man. We have spent the last 3 months with Iron Man building up battle buses and all kinds of stuff, and he shows up and he's like, hey, here's a jetpack. And we gotta fly, and the 0 point pulls us in, and we're all battling against Galactus in Tony Stark armed battle buses. Thor jumps in for the ride, redirecting us, giving us a trench run like out of Star Wars, which is almost foreshadowing, that's the word, foreshadowing the Mandalorian reveal for the next season. All of it was epic. We had music that you can't play on Twitch, so go my YouTube video. It was just an incredible experience, and we defeated Galactus. I have never played a Marvel game that one has had a real Galactus in proper size, scale, powers, the whole 9 yards. I've never had that, okay? So getting to fight against Galactus with all of my friends in our Tony Stark armed battle buses was incredible. When that ended though, what they should have done is said, if you want to know where Galactus is, check out Thor 1 through 6, and they didn't. That is where they dropped the ball. This could have been one of the biggest spikes for that Thor run in general. It really could have been. But instead, they faded the black. We had a black screen for about 30 seconds, and then they previewed the next season. That they didn't say where the story continues. And that is my complaint, because this was incredible. It showed you that there's comics out there that are incredible. It brought Marvel fans into Fortnite, and Marvel didn't pay the extra money to get them to promote going to the comic. Now, I'm already going to shoot some of your arguments down on this, because when we were discussing this on our Absolute Comics podcast, a few people were like, oh yeah, but the fans hate it when companies sell ad space. While you're correct, Fortnite is a free-to-play game. If you don't play Fortnite, when you log on, you get 3 ads every single time. It will promote the new store stuff, it will promote the new tournament, and it will promote some new $12 package you can buy. On top of that, Fortnite has also promoted other games directly in Fortnite. When Rogue Squadron or Squadrons, the Star Wars game that just came out, was coming out, there was an ad in Fortnite. Pre-order this brand new Star Wars game and get yourself an X-Wing. So while ad placement in video games is very iffy right now, with various people being like, no, yes, I don't see what the problem would have been to fade to black, the story continues here. It's a direct lead-in. It's not even like a direct ad, it's a story continues here, Marvel comic books, Thor 1 through 6. Don't put a link, just name the book. Why didn't we name the book? That's my problem. We're always arguing as comic fans that we want our industry to get bigger. We want to bring in new readers. We want people to join us for the fun. This entire channel is based on the concept of getting you caught up with your favorite comic book so that you can buy the next one. And the biggest form of promotion that I have seen outside of an MCU movie didn't mention the comic that it continues in. I don't know what is wrong with the comic book industry, but why was that on the table? Did Epic Games say, no, we're not doing that? Did Fortnite say no? Did Marvel not even think of it? Why was that not on there? So yeah, the event was incredible. It worked well for Fortnite. I think it worked well for comic books. I'm hoping we do more stuff like this. I don't see why we can't have more crossovers like this, especially making them in canon. It works because it tells you directly where to go read. And that's why it being in canon is great, because it's between the panels of, like, I think issues 3 and 4. I might be wrong about that, but it's between the panels. It's perfect. Because literally you can go, I loved this event, beating Galactus was awesome. What happened next? Where did he go? Read Thor 1 through 6. And I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't have much more to say without rambling and looping back on myself. Please check out our gaming channel, Comicstorian Gaming. Let me know your opinions on the Galactus Fortnite event down below. At the end of this whole entire season, do you think it still ruined your comics? Even though the Twinkie Spider-Man exists, did it still ruin your comics? Do you think it was great? Did you ignore it like a lot of fans did? And if you want to see what actually happened and how epic it was, check out our video over there. Either way, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Patreons, you're special. I love you. You're awesome. YouTube memberships, you're special. I love you. You're awesome. All of you get cookies. And if you're just watching the video all the way to the end and you're all the way here, you can have a cookie too. You can have a cookie too, okay? Because thank you for watching my videos and the ending and dealing with the insane ramblings of a middle-aged man. All right.